Hey there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been drawn to this message based on the title, there's definitely going to be a message for you. I want to check in on the divine masculine. There appears to be this sort of shakeup, even a wake-up call that I am picking up from the masculine. Nine of Cups, Eight of Cups. They're really going against their intuition at this time. Like they are genuinely trying to transform themselves and in a lot of ways feeling as though they're trying to recover from just a situation that sort of fell apart. And there's something that specifically has happened during the recent full moon. And suddenly these cards feel a little bit stuck to each other. They're trying to still power through, even though I know this is the card of strength, but they're carrying a lot of burden and baggage. But something has been sort of flung at the divine masculine, and it's actually like I'm getting injuries, accidents. Something is just like snapped at them in the face, and it has everything to do with the universe trying to get this divine masculine's attention. Wow. So if this sounds like your person, you are more than welcome to stick around. If we haven't met yet, my name is High Priestess Berries, psychic, medium, and divine channeler, hoping to bring you a message. Now, always remember, my messages are candid, unscripted, but they are also timeless, so please tap into your instincts. Listen to your intuition. If there is anything that I talk about that doesn't make any sense, totally fine. Do not worry about it. This message may not be for you. But if it does resonate, please let me know by liking and sharing your experiences in the comments below. Oh, wow. Cards are being cardy right now. Interesting. There's a weird. I've been getting a lot of cardigan references lately. Like, there are corgis that are cardigans, wearing a jacket. There's also that, oh, it's that song. Love me, say that you love me, fool me, go on and fool me, I don't care about. There's something that the masculine is sort of buried underneath the surface. They're really trying very hard to really impress somebody in their life. This could be a karmic partner, a soulmate partner. There's somebody that they're so worried about something falling apart. Like I'm trying very hard to stay grounded, but I feel hurried and I feel sick. This masculine is the kind that they're very, very hyperactive. They're all over the place. And in some ways, they're very difficult to approach because you don't even know if they're going to give you any kind of attention or, sort of this feeling like it's difficult to get their attention because they're all over the place. That's what this masculine feels like right now. And suddenly I got a lot of tension within the sacral chakra. We do have Five of Swords, Eight of Wands. That devil came right back around. There's this defeatist mentality. They really are struggling with trying to surrender a lot of things in their life, and they love to surrender. They know that if they could just sit back, relax, surrender to all their circumstances, they know they would feel a hell of a lot better. But there's just been so many things flown at them and things not going right that they're afraid that if they how do I phrase this? If they let it alone, they're really worried everything's going to fall apart. It's sort of like this masculine's teetering on the edge of what's the word I'm thinking of? I feel like they're teetering on something and they're worried that one bad step, everything could fall apart. But yet this masculine, they're pursuing through it all. Let's pull some cards. Got Page of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Like, there's some welled up feelings that the masculine's feeling about you, and they don't really know exactly how to phrase it. There's some kind of rekindling that's going on very much underneath the surface. It's sort of like if you weren't paying attention, maybe you wouldn't notice that there's a seal that's, going a little hang 10, but they are really drenched in their emotional overload because we did see that oxen pulling it was pulling just a boatload of baggage. Wow, these guys are having a difficult time expressing themselves. Take gender as it resonates. But the Two of Pentacles right here, something has really thrown them off guard. And it's like the universe is really trying to get the masculine's attention. They're ignoring something within their life. Let's get a few more cards here. Got the King of Cups, Two of Cups, the Hanged Man. I feel like there's some kind of, it's interesting with this King of Cups. Like there's this stubbornness that this masculine is dealing with. And I'm not even getting the arrogant king of the castle, but here's the thing. I got a page of cups up to the king of cups. The challenge is that they, what's the word? They want to feel like this, and they really feel like they should deserve to feel as though they can have ownership of their life, have an enjoyable life. But it's sort of like this masculine's decided that there are too many obligations. In a lot of ways, I feel like they've lost touch with their sense of fun, their sense of joy. This masculine feels really depleted. Normally, I check in on how they feel about their karmic and how they feel about you, but because this masculine's all over the place, I'm just doing a bit of a raw read on where they are right now because I really feel like this is what they desire, but because I see the Page of Cups, they feel so far removed from it. Like, we do have the beaver. Beavers are monogamous. There's some kind of level of devotion that the divine masculine is trying to get themselves established over, but there's this dam, and it's sort of like they're bottling up their emotions. While this is technically supposed to be home, their attempt to create home has unfortunately created some kind of emotional bottleneck. Five of Swords came back, Eight of Wands. Like something keeps coming back and just, smacking the divine masculine in the face. And in some ways, I'm hearing them say, do I deserve this? And I know there's a few of you out there who are like, yeah, you kind of maybe do sort of, maybe kind of deserve this. But there's something about what's going on with the divine masculine because their heart chakras they're not quite all that opened. Like let's be honest with this about this person. But how do I phrase this? ADD strikes again. Yeah, Eight of Cups came back. Nine of Cups came back. That's our pre-shuffle. Yeah, whatever Barry said at the very beginning of this reading. There's something in their life they know that's going to make them happy. They're going against something. And again, it has nothing to do with you. That's what it is. Because the masculine right now, they're a little bit short-sighted. They're not, it's sort of like even if they ran away from you, even if they stopped communicating with you, this is something that could be going on at work, or this could be something going on with family, something that you would have no connection to, like whatever this thing is going on with the masculine. It's kind of like they're not connecting the dots because you're not actually involved with the situation. But it's one of these feelings where something happened to this masculine and you were the first person that they thought of. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this masculine. Tell me about this Two of Cups, because I'm getting this sort of, the universe is trying to get them to move them along, not even literally moving, because they're stuck. And it's because they're just glomming onto things. It's sort of like this little hermit crab, like they've outgrown their shell, and the universe is trying to show them, hey, you realize this cup provides you space. You can actually get a chance to grow, but this masculine is rationalizing against themselves. It's like, well, gold isn't my color, or I'm afraid what people are going to think about if I walk around with gems, or what's this weird horn that's sticking out of my head? I know it's a goblet, but does a crab really know what a goblet truly is? Like that's kind of the funny way it's being shown to me right now. Five of Cups, like this is very similar to, oh man, very similar to the Devil. No, it's sort of like they got hurt, they got injured. All they could think about was you, wishing that you could have been there standing next to them. And this doesn't have to be a literal injury. This could be emotional, but for some, like I am actually getting this could be something physically that happened to them, but it's sort of like you already left. You already walked away, and it's sort of like it was the first time. Oh wow. Okay. Damn. This is the first time the divine masculine has genuinely felt your absence. And I suddenly felt really sad. Holy shit, Seven of Cups. Like, and they're even confused by this realization. Like they have so many people and energies around them. They have money, they have love, they have partnership, they have family, they have career. They have every single thing in their life except you. Interesting. Four of Pentacles came back. We saw that earlier. And the Fool came back. That was what was showing up when I was singing that Cardigan song. Yeah, like this kind of just confirms, like, they know that they held back from you. They know they buried something. I'm hearing buried the evidence, but regardless of however things have gone down with this masculine, a seed has been planted. Like, for the extreme case, this is a near death experience. Medium range, this is an injury that lands them in the ER. Lower range, they saw some, really sad scene in a movie and it made them think of you. It made them very emotional. It's like, I'm not crying. You are. Like it could be sort of any of the like any of those levels of extreme, but it's interesting that I'm tapping right here. I'm gonna get a third card. King of Pentacles. Yeah. Like this masculine's having a very difficult time seeing that you actually would be a good tie-in to their overall abundance, but because like again, they're holding on to their wealth. They're holding on to everything for dear life. They are very worried about sort of like taking a gamble on you. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. Like this is an interesting little segue. Like judgy buffalo is judging me, but I got thunder in the distance and well, I have not personally heard, a herd of buffalo running by. I can only imagine how much the ground would shake. I would only imagine how those vibrations would carry far and wide. There's something about you, divine feminine, whatever it is that you're doing, first of all, keep up the good work because it's creating this vibrational resonance within the masculine. They can't ignore this. Like, again, I just want to tear up. They felt the loss of you, and this is part of the journey. They need to feel the loss of you because it's not your job to coddle them. It's not your job to make them feel better. Like at most you can hold space and offer advice. Like, and there's something about this masculine, they're kind of not sure if you're real. Page of Swords. I saw that a little bit earlier. It's a little boop, boop. But they're all over the place. Like this, like it's the Page of Swords. Shoo, shoo. Like in some ways, because this masculine, they need to slow down, and that's why the universe is trying to slow this masculine down. Whether if it's like through horrific injury or sending them scenes of a really sad scene in a movie or a TV show. The universe is trying to slow them down so they stop butting heads with all the wrong energies. Because right now, this person, they're really hyperactive. They're having an extremely difficult time anchoring into their body and focusing on themselves. They're way too over dedicated to what's going on in their life. The Empress. Wow. Like, don't have a cow, man. God, fucking Simpsons. Six of Swords. Yeah, they know that they need to find a way to feel okay about making a good decision. And you know what? In some ways, this masculine's made some really bad bets, and they've had a lot of setbacks. And in some ways, every single tower that this masculine experiences, to some degree, it makes them less likely to want to pick you. But the thing is that you're the one constant that doesn't cause havoc in their life. It's kind of giving them a different perspective on what it means for them to choose to partner up with people, to choose to work with people. Like there's something cool in here. Okay, tell me about the Hanged Man. Because in this particular deck, this is the honey ant, and there's one ant that dedicates itself to nourishing the whole colony. I think that's how the animal totem actually shows it. You know what? This is okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a fan of reading myself, but I really feel compelled to bring out the guide for the Hanged Man on. Yeah, we got the Animal Totem Tarot. So, one moment, please. There we go. That was easy to find. Yeah, they always have a little poem in here or a little message. Not all that is thrust upon us is a bad thing. Sometimes others see in us what we see in ourselves are incapable of seeing. The larger purpose is not always obvious to those closest to it. However, with a sense of detachment, one can easily decide to allow the larger story to unfold without struggling against one's part in it. For there's a certain amount of liberation in one's ability to let go and let God. Okay, I'm glad I looked at that. That's a confirmation of everything that I've been channeling. The universe is trying to get the divine masculine to let go and let God and start making a choice to start following their feminine polarity, not the masculine polarity, because you do have something to offer this masculine. This doesn't even have to be your divine counterpart. This could be another divine masculine energy in your life. That's actually something very important that you need to pay attention to, because as you detach from your old masculine, they're like, how dare you call me old? Ugh. But on the other hand, as you detach from whoever you'd consider to be the twin flame counterpart, just let them go on their way. Like, keep detaching, keep detaching. You guys are doing awesome in that particular regard. You're encountering other divine masculine energies. The only difference between this person and the other person is that they haven't actually done something to piss you off, but they actually are the same energy. So there's an ask for me to be a little bit compassionate and non-judgmental about it. We do the King of Wands, the Tasmanian devil, and they're always like, but this King of Wands, they're tired, but they're feeling feral. Like, I feel like it's trying to take a nap or it's trying to play a game. I don't quite know exactly. The sun. There's a lot of fun and love with this masculine. I do like their energy. Like, it's sort of like if they just calm the fuck down, they realize that all the answers they're looking for are available to them. Oh my god, this is super funny. Four of Cups and the Devil. Like, this masculine, what they're learning right now is that they can either live their life constantly living in the past where everything that they're used to dealing with and all the people and their situations is the same old, same old. This is still kind of an energy that wishes they could just win the lottery and just fuck off for the rest of their life. But this person, unfortunately, even if they won the lottery, they'd spend it all in like 5 to 10 years because they wouldn't know what to do with it. They'd be like, oh, cool. Well, I have millions of dollars. What do people who with millions of dollars do? I'm going to buy a boat. No, wait. I'm going to buy a bigger boat. And it's sort of like you don't even like fishing. You don't even like sailing. You get motion sick. It's sort of like, what would give this individual permission to think that it's a good thing to buy a boat? And it's, unfortunately, in this case, it crashed down to the bottom for an octopus to, be friends with it. Like, this masculine, they have to get over a lot of their old attachments to the past, a lot of their attachments to their own sense of disappointment. They feel like they've let down people in the past, you absolutely included. And I feel like they want to sort of make up for it, but they don't quite know how. They want to make sure that they do the right thing. At the very core of it all, when I can see past all their karma, they actually genuinely are trying to make a healthy, responsible decision in their life. Wow. Okay. So, let's get a final message just to kind of sum up everything that's going on with the divine masculine and with the context of what does divine feminine need to know at this time so they can, just move forward. What can they do to synthesize this information? And if you really want to get some more in-depth messages on your divine masculine, go check out my Buy Me a Coffee, and you can commission a personalized tarot reading. They're 30 minutes and extraordinarily thorough. So if you feel called to do that, I'd be more than honored to channel a message for you. Got passion, intuition, comfort, reflection. I nearly said reunion, but be cautious with that word at this time. Whoever this masculine is, if they're not the divine counterpart, this is you trying to understand the unity from within yourself. And I feel like you both are going to be soulmates who are going to help balance each other's yin yang energy. But if this is also your divine counterpart, there is passion that is being welled up. Like, it's kickstarting their intuitive knowing, because whether if this is your divine counterpart, chances are it isn't. There's something about the way that this karma, it needs to play out with anybody except yourself. There's something about needing to see this in somebody else who's not your actual twin flame, but seeing this through another counterpart, a masculine counterpart. So, be very open about what this energy is, because this masculine probably behaves, acts, looks, sounds. There's just a lot of familiarity to your twin flame. And that's actually very intentional. Like, that won't be for all of you, but if that's resonating with you, that is your confirmation. But you're in this lovely space where you can start just feeling comfortable not having to overgive to this person. They are showing up, but they're pouring in a lot of deviled energy, and you're just being asked to sort of hold space. Like I said earlier, it's not your job to coddle their emotions. It's not your job to be their mother. It's your job to offer wisdom when it is asked for, or just observe the situation. As long as you're good at clearing your energy, this is going to be so healthy for you. And it's helping a lot of masculine energies heal. This could not, like, there's no way this is not one person in your life who's going through this. I think there are a multitude of masculine energies that are sort of going through variations of the same problem. Many ways, think of it this way, Divine Feminine. Your very presence is healing. And as long as you're just focusing on the stuff that you love, like, and I mean self-love, stuff that you enjoy, everything is just going to self-organize, and you won't find yourself depleted. Wow, okay. I think that's the message. Yikes. Well, whoever it is that you guys are, damn, I sincerely hope that this helped. If you do need some help clearing your energy, go check out my other YouTube channel, Bloom Into It. It's a Reiki channel, and it has a lot of powerful cord cutting and energy cleansing healing videos. I really recommend you check it out. And if you need a tarot reading, you're more than welcome to book a service with me. Go check out the description below. Otherwise, when I see you guys at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.